Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Western North Carolina fishing report with Dale Collins at Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. How you doing, Dale?
Doing great, Marvin. Hope you are.
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble, and it's pretty funny telling me the difference between rowing a drift boat and a raft day, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, the shoulders are a little tired, and it seemed like it was about that time after lunch. Every pull on the anchor got a little heavier. It was like that 35-pound piece of lead in the water just like all of a sudden became 50. So, yeah, but it's good to shift gears and change the apparatus and mix it up some.
Yeah, I bet you. How long did it take you to realize you weren't going to be able to spin that raft like you used to?
About 7:15 this morning when I was doing a bunch of pumps on the big pump, filling it up with air. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be some work. So it was a good reminder.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, looked at your weather like I always do, and you're getting ready to kind of glide into that kind of sweet spot of the summer. 70s, 80s, thunderstorms. What are you seeing on the water?
Yeah, so I think for this week, I looked at long range forecast, and we're looking at no more than a half inch for a 5-day total. So yeah, it's going to be real spotty. Yesterday we had some showers move through, rained real hard for 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's gone. So, and in those storms yesterday, I think I ended up with like a 1/10 of an inch in my house. So it's time to start thinking when that happens, start thinking terrestrials, pop some ants on there. We're seeing hoppers bouncing around the woods. So, we're there to start fishing some early, especially on some of these lower elevation wild streams to start taking on some summer tactics there.
Yeah, I love fishing a foam beetle this time of year.
Man, yeah, and all that foam stuff. The chubby Chernobyls, they have been hammering those. I really like the Royal in that. And they're just really looking up. The fish are really super happy. Water temps are great. When we get days that are weather where it's like mid to upper 70s for highs and low 50s at night, it's perfect for creating happy fish that want to look up.
Absolutely. And you've got about another month on your DH season, right?
That's right. We'll get another round of stocking this week, and so it'll be catch and release until the first Saturday in June, and then it opens up for keeps. And then for a lot of these delayed harvests, they're still going to fish really well all the way through June. North Carolina Wildlife puts enough fish in here that folks that are looking to fill up the freezers with these guys, they can't get them all out. So, it's going to fish well, especially on the Tuckaseegee on into, and especially in Bryson City more than any. It's going to fish well on into June, even early July there.
Yeah, and I was watching your social media. You guys have been chasing the smallmouth too.
Yeah, it's cranking up. So, they kind of are going to shut down somewhere in the middle there for a couple weeks for spawn, but then they're going to be super hungry when that process is over. They're going to be eating everything. So the water temps are there. The amount of daylight we have are there. So, if you want to take a day on the Little Tennessee, go do it. If you want to do some stuff on the Tuckaseegee, if you got a boat and want to hit, Dillsboro stretch down to the Barkers Creek area, that's a great place to target bass, and some sneaky big fish too, big trout. So, that's kind of the bonus of fishing trout water that has smallmouth, because you can just go out there and throw streamers, and one cast might be a trout and one cast might be a bass. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got a question for you from Chip, and Chip wanted to get your thoughts on suggested dry dropper rig combinations for this time of the year in Western North Carolina. That's
a great question. I've been, just given the conditions we're in, that's basically, if I'm going to tie a dry fly on, it's going to have a dropper. So if I'm fishing blue lines, then I'm going to have a smaller dry fly, and that's going to put me around a midge for a dropper, size 18 or 20. And it doesn't have to be a midge, but it's going to be something small that doesn't drown that dropper. And the length of that is probably going to be 18 to 20 inches. But if I'm down on some lower elevation stuff, or the Tuckaseegee or a delayed harvest, I've really been playing around with the chubby Chernobyls this spring and last fall, and fish are reacting really well to those. And I'm sure we've all had that experience where, you're using an indicator and then a fish comes up and hits your indicator. So, with the Chernobyls, why not let that indicator have a hook in it? So, depending on the depth that you're trying to fish, you could put as much up to 36 inches under the chubby, and they're foam, so you can float some tungsten stuff underneath. So you can really kind of just trial and error there, but you don't want to put you don't want to do like a size 16 or 14 stimulator and then put tungsten under it. That's probably going to drown that stimulator, even though a stimulator floats really well and high. You just got to be careful with the dropper drowning the dry.
Yeah, but with that tungsten bead, if you like tying stuff on jig hooks, I mean, fishing a Pat's rubber legs or even a woolly booger that's not too big would probably tear them up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of times those fish are used to seeing those on the bottom of the river, so if they see it mid column or a little higher, that's easy pickings for them.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, listen, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email them to us. You can DM us on social media. You can even drop them in the comments to our social media posts, whatever is easiest for you. And if we use your question, I will send you some articulate fly swag, and then we will enter a drawing for something cool from the shop at the end of the season. And Dale, before I let you hop and maybe get an IPA, why don't you let folks know shop locations, hours, and all that kind of good stuff, and also too, how to book a guide trip with you guys.
Absolutely. So shop hours, we are always open at 8 a.m. All the way through until the winter. We're going to be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, located downtown Waynesville, downtown Silva, and Bryson City. So big brown trout statue out front in Bryson City. It's hard to miss. And then, folks interested in trips, check out tuckflyshop.com. You can see our availability right there from our booking page and select the best trip that fits you. We will probably cut off trout floats sometime in mid-June just to, not oversell expectations there for what we've got going on through the summer. But you will be able to book smallmouth floats. That's kind of the next thing coming around the corner here for the summer is going to be the smallmouth floats.
Well, there you go. Well, listen, folks, you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Dale.
You too, Marvin.